Hello, guys. So I recently did a video on some of the FUD that we've been hearing in regards to HEX, and there was massive amounts of feedback, lots and lots. We got lots and lots of comments in regards to what people think about what's going on within the Pulse chain ecosystem and the FUD that's happening. So we're going to be taking a look at some of the comments that we got from that video. Okay, so we're going to be doing that. Let's get straight into it. Yeah, so we're going to be taking a look at the comments now. I think that there's a lot of value we can get, from that. So the first one is, let's go back up to the top. I'm not sure if this is bad news. Now, for those who don't know, there was a story that was released by, I think it was Crypto Charts, talking about how there are some Mexicans who've been receiving letters, some sort of subpoenas from the SEC. So we're going to be talking about that. That's what we're talking about, some of the comments that we got in response. So I'm not sure this is bad news. We all knew this battle might come one day. Now that something has happened, it may be an opportunity to show HEX just as a great product. History shows that anything, something innovative comes, these are the battles it has to overcome. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah. My expectation for Pulse Chain is still high, and yeah. One thing is certain: many good projects built on Pulse Chain will attract many users. This is one thing that I strongly believe as well, that the Pulse Chain ecosystem is probably going to be the biggest thing that draws more people into Pulse Chain, that brings more and more users onto Pulse Chain. Because obviously, if you take a look at the products on their own, HEX only attracts a certain amount of people, and Pulse Chain is a broader reach and it attracts more people, much more people. Gatekeeping of HEX is a blessing to us. Yeah, because in the end of the day, if you take a look at what downside has Ripple faced in regards to their case, the biggest downside they faced was being delisted from Coinbase, I think Binance, I'm not sure, and other exchanges as well. But HEX is not listed there in the first place. So that's not a big, so delistings is not a big issue. Okay, I get, I think there will be testnet v3. Yeah, look, I think that at this point where we are right now, there's a big possibility that Pulse Chain can launch any moment now. I think in my view that the sooner the better. HEX will survive. It's a sticky situation. The SEC is also losing intimidation effect. Yeah, if you look at what's happening with a lot of their major cases that they were supposed to win, it doesn't seem like they are winning those cases, right? So that is something. As long as the more that happens, that means that the less of the intimidation effect does go away, as you've mentioned. So it's something that I agree with 100%. Let's just take a look at. Hello, guys. Thank you guys for joining. Let's make the money get rich. Thank you. Welcome back. Philippe says, do you think Richard Hunt is waiting for hyperinflation to start? Maybe. Well, I don't think so. And even if you listen to him, I don't think he's even anticipating that will happen anytime soon. I think he's actually a little bit bullish on the economy. Somewhat. I think this is something that's out there a lot, much more in the distant future. I sold all my HEX, then I got W Doge, and then bought Doge Connect. Look, for me, in terms of, obviously nothing is financial advice, I think that you've got to think about a risk and what is the best chance to be around in the next 10, 20, 30 years, right? So I do think that selling HEX for risky altcoins, I don't know if that's a good strategy, but I'm sure you've done all your due diligence. So yeah. Why did you do that? You better buy your HEX back. You're gonna regret it. Yeah. That's go getter. GM, good morning. No, Pulse Chain is not launching this year. Yes, you're probably right. For the most part, you're probably right. But at the same time, there is a possibility that it might. There's a possibility that it might. I don't think it's completely ruled out. You can't completely rule out Pulse Chain this year. The SEC FUD is one of the factors that will bring much more awareness to Pulse Chain and HEX. It will definitely do that. But I cannot say that. Look, I mean, I don't think all FUD is good FUD. Like for me, this one is not good FUD. But like the previous comment I was reading said before that, it's something that will come out stronger after it. And to me, as another thing is this, right? This certainly looks more like a fishing expedition than anything. That's what it looks like. It looks like a fishing expedition. Because if there was more to it, I mean, they'll just go for the big guns, right? Which is go for Richard himself. Yeah, that's it. My expectation for Pulse Chain is still high. Yeah. So a lot of people are still very bullish despite this, and it is something that, this is what you call being battle hardened, right? Being battle hardened. And if you take a look at the XRP FUD, I think that the XRP FUD definitely made the XRP community stronger. And it seems that the XRP case is kind of starting to wind down. And I'll be interesting to watch what the price of XRP does after all of when the whole case is gone. Right. So one thing is certain: many good projects built on Pulse Chain will track. Yeah. Definitely. So let's go down. Hex. Yeah. Okay, FUD. The Hex ecosystem is far too decentralized. Now, this is the power play right here, right? That this is why it's Hex will probably will still be standing. The Hex ecosystem is far too decentralized under the SEC purview. Now, I was watching Corey Costa's stream yesterday, and he spoke about his guest spoke about the debate or interview that Richard Hart had with two lawyers before he launched Hex. And watching that, it showed me some of the thought process that went into creating Hex before it was created. That there was a lot of rigorous thought that went into it to ensure that it is compliant. So I do think that these systems that have been built will be very resilient, and which is why to me, like this, the SEC attack is possibly just a fishing expedition, because obviously, if there was something, they would go for they would send those documents would have been sent to Richard himself. But the fact that it's not being sent to him shows that. And the decentralized part of it is it's easy to see the decentralized nature of Hex, right? You look at the NASCAR sponsorship; it was done by the community, right? You look at the documentary, right? The documentary, I think a community member is the one who made all of that possible, and the funding was also made by the community. I think Rakam, Rochelle, I know. Captain RG3, Kinetics as well. So it's massively community driven. So the decentralization is massive. I mean, at this point, the community is doing all the work. I don't see Richard Hart. I don't see he's not doing much of the work. In fact, I don't think he's doing any work right now. Right? He's buying expensive clothes and all that stuff, which does look good for the point of decentralization, because here he is living his best life, and who's working? The community, because there's work being done. Like for me, what they're doing with the documentary is great. The sponsorship that they did, the boxing that a lot of people in the community did, I think that's great too. And yeah, but another big player that I think is doing great things in terms of the Hex ecosystem is what's his name? It's Dollar Cost Crypto. He's got a great show and is really interacting with a lot of these people, a lot of the red pill content creators, really building strong partnerships. So the decentralized element of this, I think, is just one of those that you really cannot. The decentralization of the Hex Pulse Chain ecosystem is massive. So I think that's why I think that this is possibly a fishing expedition to find something, which probably will result in nothing. Richard is ready for such SEC attack from the beginning. Yeah, I mean, if you watch the interview he did with the lawyers, he was thinking of compliance from when he was designing the Hex. It was definitely. That was one of the key. It seems like one of the key elements. 100% agree. There's no company, no CEO. I've never been paid to talk about Hex by Richard Hart or by Hex team. Yeah. This will be short lived. SEC can't end Pulse Chain in Hex. Pulse Chain will usher us into millionaire making. Yeah. SEC will keep looking. Yeah. So see, a lot of people seem to agree that all these attacks will not result into anything. I think Hex is absolutely different from XRP. XRP case is not the same. Now, this point, I kind of disagree with it, right? Now, I do understand that XRP looks a lot like a security, right? Obviously, that's my non-lawyer opinion, right? Because obviously I'm not a legal expert, but especially it's beginning, it potentially does look like that. But I don't think that the SEC going after cases it really. I don't think they're really thinking about the merits of it. It's at some point it seems like just throwing darts, thinking which one will stick. Why do they go after another? Why do they go after another person instead of Richard Hart? They're simply afraid of Richard Hart. Proper. I think if you're thinking of strategy, what would be the best strategy if you were them, right? Would you go after the guy who's got billions of dollars who can easily defend the case, or would you try and take out the weak links first, right, and build up from there? I think that's the answer. That's why I think that they didn't really go after him first. And guys, be careful when you're leaving comments, because there seem to be lots of scams in the comment section. Don't think that's much of concern. First, I don't think Richard Hart's companies are located in the I don't think the fact that being located outside the US, that in some cases does not always mean that you're not under the jurisdiction, right? We've seen, if you just go on the website and read the SEC cases, that you find that there's a lot of other non-US entities that they're going after. OMG, we can't. Yeah. It's disappointing. Okay, now this one says it's disappointing you weren't critical about the letter, but just assume it's legit. It has typos and missing signature, grammar errors, and most importantly, nobody can confirm it's legit. Yeah, well, I think at this point, it hasn't completely been confirmed that this is legit, but I think for the most part, most people would agree that it definitely does sound legit. Definitely does sound legit. We've got Crypto World 4.0. I love you. Thank you, brother. Love you too. Thank you. And I sacrificed first day, so I'm good either way. Yeah. And definitely, look, I think this, if it does anything, in my opinion, I think it definitely pushes us closer to a Pulse Chain launch. It definitely pushes us closer to Pulse Chain launch. Maybe I should get more coins at launch. Yeah, that'll probably be a good idea. It was good to hear from Richard Hart yesterday. Yeah, Richard Hart did release the news that he's got Team A and Team B that are both actually pushing fast to have a release of Pulse Chain soon. Where are these people going after good projects? Well, I think there's a reason. Yeah, there's a reason. I think this is a game. I think, in my opinion, this is mostly a game for them that they're playing, and their objective is to win. The objective is to win and to look good, maybe politically and all that other good stuff. So that's what I think it's about. What's hilarious is the cover. The first suggested video under this one says, "Oh my god." Okay. Being sued does not mean 100%. What's here? Okay, I read this one. Everything else is dying. Drip goat. Now, I've had a lot of people commenting about this drip, and like, for me, people that protocols that promise you, like, say 1% a day, 0 point something percent, I don't really think it mostly doesn't end well. But I will look into drip, because a lot of people keep talking about drip. So I'll take a look at it, but I definitely don't think I'll like it. I mean, look, during the DeFi mania, there were many of these plays that came out where they promise you so much stuff, and in the end, it ended up the same way. People lost their money. That's how it ended up in most cases. Now, how can SEC use UPS? Well, look, we don't know. We will see. We got to give it time. But all in all, here's the thing, right? What I think that's the best takeaway from this, in my opinion, would be this. I think it has to bring the community closer together. And since the community is already decentralized, if the community could fund the marketing for the NASCAR, if the community could fund all of that, the community should be able to have a class action defense kind of a thing. One that shows unity and one that shows decentralization. One that shows that these are the key tenets of the project. So that you stand tall, and so that you don't get bullied, right? That's what I think. Yeah. I saw that. Please, the scammer impersonating you by replying to comments. I saw that. I do try and delete as many of them as I can, but sometimes some slip through the cracks, right? So unfortunately, I will still. Look, it's something that I've never spoken about, but it never really happened before, and it seems to be happening more and more these days. So guys, please be careful. There are some scammers in the comment section, and I actually, there are definitely some scammers in the comment section, so be very careful. And we've got the man himself, Mr. Kinetics. Yeah, hello. There is no FUD. There is no FUD, in my opinion. Yeah. Well, it's still the case is still unraveling. We're still seeing what exactly is going on, and I do agree. Look, long term, I think that definitely the community will be much stronger after all of this, and this is the point where the decentralization will really show its strength, because decentralization is a powerful thing. It's an extremely powerful thing. And what all publicity is good, guy. This is an act of fathers. The only Okay, we gotta delete these scam posts. Yeah. It's a matter of time when FCC will talk away. Okay, let's go down. Pulsar Beta, you're quite the father at times, right? Now, here's my perspective, right? Because I did see one of the other reasons why I thought I should just respond to some of these comments, because a lot of people seem to be disappointed with the fact that I was covering this. But I think that it's important to address things head on. I don't think you should pretend like things that are happening are not happening. I don't think you should. I think you should just face everything head on and as it is, right? I don't think you should skip certain topics because I do think that there's some people, at least judging from the comment section, who seem to think that some people need to be coddled and they don't need to be told the truth of what's going on and to be protected, right? And I definitely don't think that's the case. I think that people should know exactly what it is. And yeah, and I mean, look, even when Richard had created HEX, he really did tell people the truth that, look, sometimes cryptos dip 90%, right? He didn't say, well, let me not really say this because it's FUD. He came out and said it. And one of the things that I always would like to say is that if you really want to, if you want to see real FUD, go and read the disclaimers. The disclaimers are completely honest and they will tell you exactly things as they are. Yeah, I don't know about the man himself, but thank you for the kind word. Thank you. I agree the community will be stronger for it. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. It's true. Truth and transparency is based, in my opinion, too. And I was there was one story that I saw. It was about crypto luck, right? I didn't really go deep into it, but crypto luck was talking about Celsius, right? Saying Celsius, you can get so much returns on it. And then now I think some of the documents are out, and they prove that he was withdrawing all his earnings from Celsius. So he was telling people to, I don't know if this is completely factually true, but it appears he was telling people to put their money on Celsius while he was actively taking out all his referral earnings off of the platform, right? So sometimes it's, yeah, if you definitely want to be congruent, I think you've got to cover the uncomfortable things as well. You've got to cover the things that are the good and the things that are fuddish, right? So unfortunately, yeah, that's that. The community is simply telling the SEC that they're wrong. Yeah, definitely. And hey, guys, we seem to be seeing a lot of these scammy comments, and so you gotta be careful, guys. You gotta be careful. It's almost like a full-time job removing the stuff. So yeah, and then it's just like that. So I think, yeah, that's pretty much about all of the comments here. I thought there was a lot more. Negative comments. It doesn't seem like there were that many negative comments on the video itself. Yeah, but all in all, yeah, that's what's up. I don't think there's any latest news that has been dropped in regards to all that's going on. But for me, the way I'm looking at it, yeah, it definitely sounds like some kind of a fishing expedition, which will most likely not yield anything. And we'll see how things work out over time. But this is what it is like going through the day to day. I think one of the things that I gotta say is this, right? I think the way that I now look at crypto, it's almost like, I mean, every generation, they have their own fights, right? Every generation has their own fight. And I think this is the fight of our generation. And this is a fight for freedom. It definitely is. And because I think when people like Martin Luther King and all of those people that we respect today, when they were going through their battles and their fights and all that, I don't think they felt, I think it's the same situation as we're in right now. Because obviously we're fighting for freedom. We're definitely fighting for, because I mean, people should be able to transact freely. That's what freedom is. So I definitely think that the impact that we will have over time, people who are in crypto today, is going to be much, much greater and will be remembered. And history will definitely be kind to us. That's the way that I'm looking at the space. Kenneth, congratulations on the channel growth, brother. Yeah, thank you. It is kind of, bear market growth where it's kind of grinding really, really slowly. But yeah, I think thank you for that. Yeah, it has been kind of slowly growing up, slowly growing. And I think that the opportunities are massive, and anyone who definitely needs opportunity should be, especially within Pulsar ecosystem, because it's still extremely young and the opportunities are massive. So I do think that anyone who wants to create some content should do this. Anyone should, right? And it will prove. I mean, making content in the crypto content is possibly the most lucrative part of of making any kind of on the internet. It's the most lucrative part, and the beauty of it is that it's open to anyone. It's open to anyone, no matter where you are in the world. So I think that it's one of those things that I think more people should definitely be jumping into, especially like at a pivotal time where you're getting a whole new industry being built up. So I think that is definitely awesome. Anyway, guys, I think that's about it. If anyone else has any other topics going on, but just wanted to cover some of these topics, and I actually thought that there was more negative stuff in the comments than there is. So, but it doesn't seem that way. It seems like most people are just saying, "Well, it is what it is. It doesn't matter. This is just a little bit of maybe a little speed bump, but overall it will be great." And again, I think that there's the great interview that Corey Costa was talking about, which is Richard Hart and some lawyers. I think that one was great. SEC is just one of those forces HEX and Pulse Chain have to pass through on their way to greatness. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, awesome. Yep, that is from Chinwe Janet. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing your name perfectly. So anyway, that's that. Anyway, guys, all in all, I think that's about it. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you again next time. And yeah, obviously not financial advice, not legal advice. I mean, I think I've only watched 1 or 2 YouTube videos about legal stuff and a few about finance and crypto. So yeah, you don't want to be taking that kind of advice on the internet anyway. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Yeah.